Today's lesson is called Bill Gates, Giving Back. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
My name is Roger. Today we're not talking about Roger, we're not talking about Jeff, but we're actually talking about Bill. Bill who? Well, Bill Gates, probably the most famous Bill there is in the world. Of course, as you know, Bill is short for William, but Bill Gates, of course, is the founder of Microsoft, and of course, we all owe our computer heritage to him because Microsoft, of course, came out with the Windows organizing system on our PCs, which we don't see so often anymore. Most people seem to use their smartphones these days, but still, he has made great contributions to computer science.
Yeah, DOS and Microsoft, all those things. He made huge contributions to those programs and companies, but I think that he was the chief architect of the Windows operating systems, or the Windows operating system, I should say, and the various versions thereof that run PCs the world over. Chances are, if you're not using an Apple computer, you are using an operating system that Bill Gates had some hand in creating. And for this reason, he's one of the richest human beings on the face of the earth. In fact, for most of my life, he was number one on the list of the richest people on earth. I think that has changed as of late. I think Warren Buffett was number one for a while there, and then Jeff Bezos of Amazon became number one. But regardless, Bill Gates is always near the top of that list. Why? Because he's the Windows guy. But get this, the Windows guy, Bill Gates, he wants to give back. And we are going to learn all about this today and the day after today. So, folks, stay tuned. We'll be back with tons of stuff on Bill Gates. We'll be back right after this.
Bill Gates, giving back. What comes to mind when you hear the name Bill Gates? For most of us, we immediately think of Microsoft. However, while there's no doubt that Gates is best known for co-founding the largest software company in the world, he has contributed so much more to humanity than that.
大家好，第一部分我们看到的单字是动词 co-found， 指共同创立。例如 The successful startup was co-founded by Tina and her childhood friends. 那间成功的新创公司是由 Tina 其他儿时的朋友所共同创立的。再来我们看到单字 contribute， 这个字是动词，指捐献、捐助金钱资源等，或为点点点做贡献。举例来说 Teresa contributed money towards a local charity for abandoned animals.Teresa 捐钱给一个照顾弃养动物的地方慈善机构。这边补充 contribute 的名词 contribution， C-O-N-T-R-I-B-U-T-I-O-N contribution， 常常使用 make a contribution to 名词来表示对点点点做出贡献。所以可以说 Doctors and nurses make great contributions to the society when they heal sick people.医生及护士在治疗病人时，对这个社会做出极大的贡献。接着我们看到名词 humanity， 有人类或人性、人道之意，像是 Theodore's humanity causes him to spend half the year helping poor people in Africa. Theodore 的人道精神促使他花了半年时间帮助非洲的穷人。另外，如果讲到人类，我们也可以使用 humankind 这个字 H-U-M-A-N-K-I-N-D humankind 我们可以说 This scientific discovery will benefit humankind 这项科学发现将会加惠全人类。
All right, let's discuss the first part of our lesson for today. We've got Bill Gates, and he's giving back. Of course, lots of people work really hard to establish their careers and build a company and make a ton of money. And, of course, they want to keep it and get richer and richer. But Bill Gates, well, I guess money doesn't mean all that much to him because he wants to give back. He's got lots of money, and he's giving back to society by helping them out, by giving to charity and having all these different projects. Okay, so let's find out more about how he's giving back. Here in the first paragraph, we've got a question. What comes to mind when you hear the name Bill Gates? What comes to mind? What do you think about when you hear the name Bill Gates? Well, when I hear that, of course, I think of the Windows operating system. I first learned Windows, the 3.1 version, many years ago. And now I think I've got Windows 7 on my computer or something like that. An older computer is still using XP, but those are Windows operating systems. And of course, Bill Gates had his hand in those programs somehow.
There you go. What comes to mind when you hear the name Bill Gates? Yeah. What do you think of when you hear this name? Bill Gates. Yes, if something comes to mind or comes to your mind, you think of that thing, you're reminded of that thing, or that thing pops into your mind or enters your mind or your thoughts. So when someone says Bill Gates to you, what idea occurs to you? Well, for most of us, we immediately think of Microsoft, and that's the company that he founded, okay? So it's natural. People will think, oh, Microsoft. Me, I think of Windows. He was the architect of that operating system, but yes, he did found, or co-found, I should say, the company Microsoft, which is definitely a household name that is known the world over. However, there's more. However, while there's no doubt that Gates is best known for co-founding the largest software company in the world, he has contributed so much more to humanity than that. Yes, like I said before, he didn't found Microsoft alone. He did it with some other people like Paul Allen, who I believe has just passed away, and a couple of other people. So he didn't found it or start it alone. He co-founded this company with other people. And yes, this company went on to become the largest software company in the world, which is why Bill Gates is so staggeringly rich. But let's go ahead and talk about the word software right now. When we're talking about software, we're talking about programs like Windows and DOS and operating systems as well that can be used by a computer and allow that computer to run and to function. Okay, very simply, software, for the most part, that word refers to programs, whereas hardware would refer to the things that software programs run on. So you can't grab a software program. That's going to be a virtual entity. You can't grab your computer, your monitor, and that desktop tower thing. Those all exist in physical reality. They run your software program, but you call these things hardware because you can touch them. Anyways, you could say something like this: the software that you need can be found on the internet.
Indeed, and please remember that software here is a non-count noun. So don't say, oh, I just put a software into my computer. No, you can say I put some software, or I installed a software program in my computer. And also this sentence is quite long, but we've got this construction while sama-sama. Still, he has done this. So, yes, it is true that he is best known for co-founding Microsoft, but still, he has contributed so much more to humanity than that. And here we've got the verb to contribute, which means you add something to something else, you help something become better, you help achieve something, you assist other people, and he's contributed so much more to people, to humanity, all the people in the world in general. And he's done that by making these contributions and having these foundations and these various projects and stuff like that, which we're going to talk about right now as we move to the second part of our lesson. Let's listen.
Bill Gates founded Microsoft with his friend Paul Allen in 1975. Originally headed toward a career in law, Gates dropped out of Harvard to start his business. In 1987, he became the world's youngest billionaire at the age of 31, and in 1995, He earned the title of the richest man in the world for the first time, regaining it off and on for years.
第二部分我们看到名词 billionaire 指亿万富翁，例如 All the money that the billionaire had was earned by him. He didn't take any money from his family when he started the business. 这位亿万富翁所有的钱都是靠他自己赚的，他在开始这个生意时并没有拿家里一毛钱。另外，补充几个与钱相关的量词 thousand 为千 100,000 为10万 million 为百万 billion 为10亿。举例来说Mr. Smith makes more than $1 million a year. Smith 先生年收入超过100万。
Here in the second paragraph, it says, Bill Gates founded Microsoft with his friend Paul Allen way back in 1975. So he's been going for quite some time, and he put together this company with his friend Paul Allen. They did this way back in 1975. Originally headed toward a career in law, Gates dropped out of Harvard and started his business.
Wait. What did you just say?
I said what was written here in the lesson.
I think you said he dropped out of Harvard.
Dropped out of Harvard, right.
He got into the best university in the world, and then he dropped out.
Yep. Does happen sometimes.
But that's like the toughest thing in the world to do, getting into Harvard. There's like no chance of getting in. How would you get in and then drop out? Why would you do such a thing?
It doesn't make any sense, but of course his parents were probably very disappointed. Bill, what are you thinking? What the heck are you doing? You worked so hard to get into Harvard, and now you've quit. You're dropping out. But Mom, Dad, I've got this other idea of setting up this software company. I'm going to make a fortune. Well, the parents were probably unhappy at first, but eventually they came around and realized that he had made the proper decision. But of course, at the beginning, they thought, hey, Harvard Law School, it's very difficult to get into that. And so that's what he was doing. Originally, at the beginning, he was headed toward a career in law. So he was preparing to study law so that he could become a lawyer. And as you know, in the United States, if you're a lawyer, you're probably going to make a lot of money, especially if you can bring about some lawsuits and sue the pants off of somebody and make a fortune. Of course, that's what lawyers are good at. And he was going to do that as his career. Your career is not really your job. You could have a job working at a convenience store or in a gas station or something like that. But if you go to university and you study something and then you go to graduate school and maybe get your PhD and then you work for a university as a professor or as an economist for some big investment company, then that would be your career.
Yeah, in some situations when people use this word career, they're talking about a person's profession. Oh, you're a professor. Great. Oh, you're a lawyer. Great. Oh, you're a doctor. Great. But for the most part, yeah, your career, it's your life's work. It's the job that you do throughout your life in order to support yourself. But like Roger said, if you are working at a 7-Eleven, you probably wouldn't say that that is your career. You'd say, I work at a 7-Eleven. That's my job. But I want to work in plastics. One day, I want to become a chemical engineer and work in plastics. I want to make that my career. Anyways, though, Gates, he got into Harvard, and then he dropped out, which is still surprising to me. Anyways, yes, if you drop out of school, you stop going to school before you graduate, or you end your studies before you complete them. Yes, if you drop out, very simply, you quit going to school. And get this, not only did Bill Gates drop out of Harvard to start his business, Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Facebook, also dropped out of Harvard to found his own business.
My goodness, but I think Ma Ying-jeou and Liu Xiaoyan did not drop out of Harvard, and they became very successful politicians here in Taiwan. So if you go to Harvard, please try not to drop out. But in any case here, we're going back to the year 1987. Bill Gates became the world's youngest billionaire at the age of 31. Yes, that's pretty young to be a billionaire. That means you have more than $1 billion to your name. We should say that billion is a 1 with, 9 zeros after it? That's what a billion is. A 1 with 6 zeros after it is a million. But if you have $1 billion, my goodness, you are set for life. Unless you have a pretty extravagant lifestyle like Michael Jackson did. But that's beside the point here. But he had a lot of money when he was 31. His parents were probably very proud of him. And in 1995, he earned the title of the richest man in the world for the first time. Remember when Win 95 came out? It was a big change from Win 3.1. So maybe that's why he became really, really rich at that time. He became the richest man in the world for the first time, but he did not stay the richest man in the world. Sometimes he was, sometimes he wasn't. The title kind of changed off and on for years, as it says here, regaining the title of the richest man in the world off and on for years. Off and on means sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off. You could say, like sometimes in Taipei, the weather is rainy, but it's off and on. Sometimes it's not raining, sometimes it is raining. You never know when you're supposed to put on your raincoat.
All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up part 1 of our article on Bill Gates.
Though Gates is not currently the richest man, it's for a noble reason. He has been giving away his fortune. Gates believes that giving back to society is a basic responsibility of the wealthy. In 2000, he and his wife created their own charity, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Since then, Bill Gates has stepped down as Microsoft's CEO to devote more time to his charity work. His organization aims to reduce inequity and help people around the world have healthier, more productive lives.
第3部分，我们看到名词 charity， 当可数名词时指慈善机构，当慈善救助或仁慈时，则为不可数名词，像是 They run a small charity that provides money and food for the homeless. 他们经营一个小的慈善机构，提供无家可归的人金钱与食物。也可以说 Louis is poor, but he refuses to accept other people's charity. Louis 很穷，但他拒绝接受别人的慈善救助。再来，我们看到单字 CEO， 这个字是个名词，指执行长，为 Chief Executive Officer 的缩写。例如 Tim Cook took over as CEO of Apple after Steve Jobs resigned. 在贾伯斯辞职后，提姆·库克接任了苹果公司的执行长。最后，我们看到名词 inequity， 指不公平、不公正。我们可以说Our company prides itself on doing all it can to prevent inequity in the workplace. 我们公司对于尽力防止工作环境的不公正而感到自豪。而 inequity 的字首 in 表示无或没有或相反，所以 equity 则为它的反义词，指公平公正，像是 The equity in the competition is the most important principle. 比赛的公平性是最重要的原则。
Okay, let's talk about the final part of our lesson for today. It says, though Gates is not currently the richest man, it's for a noble reason. He has been giving away his fortune. So if Bill Gates had not been giving away all his money to charity, he would probably still be the richest man in the world. So at the moment, he's not the richest man, but that's for a good, noble reason. It's because he likes to give his money to charity.
Yes, he's been giving his money away. What a nice guy. Yes, Gates believes that giving back to society is a basic responsibility of the wealthy. So, to whom much has been given, much is expected or required. If you're given a ton of money, you better use that money well. You better give it back. Anyways, in the year 2000, he and his wife created their own charity, the Bill and Melinda Gates foundation. And yes, this is a foundation whose purpose is to give all of this money away. By the way, a foundation here is just an organization. It's an organization, I should say, established and meant to serve a specific purpose. And usually when we're talking about foundations, we're talking about charity. So here the purpose of this foundation is to give away the vast fortune of Bill and Melinda Gates.
And since that time, Bill Gates has stepped down as Microsoft's CEO to devote more time to his charity work. So if you step down, that means you quit voluntarily. You decide that you don't want to be the boss anymore. Maybe you still have a position in the company somewhere, but you're no longer the top dog.
There you go. You leave a position at a company. Yes, if you step down, you take a less active position at a company, or you step down. You leave that position to allow someone else to fill your previous role. For example, you could say, at the end of the year, I plan to step down. John Tucker will become the new CEO. Anyways, more on the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. His organization aims to reduce inequity and help people around the world have healthier, more productive lives. Yeah, I believe that Bill and Melinda Gates are fighting malaria and stuff like that in Africa. They are doing God's work, that's for sure. All right, folks, with that, it's time to hear from the Chinese teacher. Don't go away.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 说到比尔盖茨，大部分人都会想到微软，然后也知道他非常有钱。不过课文第一部分的第3句提到 However, while there's no doubt that Gates is best known for co-founding the largest software company in the world, he has contributed so much more to humanity than that. 然而，尽管比尔盖茨最为人熟知的是他共同创立了世界上最大的软体公司，这点是毋庸置疑的，但是他对于人类的贡献远超过那件事。好，这个句子呢，用到 there's no doubt 加上 that 子句的句型，就表示毫无疑问地、毋庸置疑地。那其中的 no doubt 也可以换成 little doubt。例如 There's no doubt that constant practice is the key to improvement. 不断练习是进步的关键，这是毫无疑问的。那其实也有好几种常见的句型可以表达相同的意思，像是 There's no question 加 that 子句，或者是 It's beyond doubt 加上 that 子句。你也可以用 without a doubt 或者是 without doubt，或者是 undoubtedly， 然后用逗号后面再加一个主词加动词。例如 There's no question that this year's music festival was much better than last year's. 毫无疑问的是，今年的音乐季啊，比去年的好多了。好，那么另外课文句子后半句 He has contributed so much more to humanity than that. 其中这个 that 就是指比尔盖茨共同创立世界上最大软体公司的那一件事情，而这个句子就是要表达说他对人类的贡献远不止那件事。当我们用 so much more to somebody or something than 什么什么，就表示对某人或某事物远不止怎么样，那它其实就是 more to somebody or something than 什么什么的加强语气。那这边要帮同学们补充2个常见的相关句型。第一个是 there is more to 某人或某事物 than 什么什么，就表示某人或某事物不只是怎么样怎么样而已。好，那么 more 的前方你还可以加上字词来修饰，去加强语气，像是 much more, so much more, a lot more 或者是 far more 等等。例如 There's so much more to her than her good looks. 她并不只有长得好看而已。好，那么第二个句型是 There is more to something than meets the eye. 这表示说某事物并不是像表面看到的那样简单，它比想象中的更有趣或者是更复杂等等。那你也可以说 Something is more than meets the eye. 举例来说 The proposal is more than meets the eye. 就表示说这个提案啊，并非表面看到的那么简单。好，以上是今天重点整理，我们回顾这些单字吧。
Software Installing this security software might solve some of your computer problems. Contribute. The group went door to door around the town asking people to contribute to their cause. Humanity. Trials for crimes against humanity are held in international courts. Career. These days, it's not uncommon for people to change careers at least once in their lives. Charity. Lenore began a charity that provides food items and school supplies to low-income families. Foundation. The foundation was created to provide financial support to centers researching new cancer treatments. CEO. The CEO closed with a short speech to thank everyone for attending the meeting.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.